family especially, and of course to all of you who feel the loss in Ishan's passing. Before we begin, I wanted to let those that may need a physical seat, if physically you cannot stand for the duration of our service, there are some seats outside the front doors under the breezeway. Also, there are a few more seats left over in our family room. So I'll give you a moment. Those that physically need a seat, please go ahead. We want to make sure everyone is as comfortable as possible for the service. Also, if you have a cell phone, please make sure it is either off or silent for the duration of the service. And we will begin in just a moment. Thank you for being with us.
Good afternoon. My name is Vedabrata Pahin. I am Ishan's dad, friend, and student. I'd like to welcome everybody. It's just simply overwhelming to see all of you here. It's and all of you who have written to us, to me and Shonali, and on Ishan's Facebook. Thank you. It's time to say goodbye to Ishan. But you know how Ishan was. I don't think he would want any of us to be sad. It's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate who Ishan was and who Ishan is. For the next half an hour or so, there are a number of people, friends, family, that's going to speak. It's going to be very, very brief because time is not on our side. But I would hope that through that you would get a glimpse of who Ishan was. Ishan Bospai, 16 years old. How do I compress those 16 years in 5 minutes? He was born in 1994 with the Northridge earthquake. And on September 13th, he created an earthquake of his own in our lives. You know, the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Ishan is what a fantastic guy he was. How comfortable you were with him. You know, you just felt that you knew him for forever. So easy to get along with. A boy so comfortable in his own skin. So at ease with himself. I mean, something that I think it takes most people a lifetime to learn. And here he was with us. And that is, I think, the greatest gift he had given us. Right from childhood, when I used to sing him to sleep, or would take him on a long drive in the car, formed this very, very, very close bond, which then developed into a mutual trust, admiration, and friendship. I would spend hours with him chatting about stuff. Our favorite thing was to take him, my favorite thing was to take him to school in the morning. And that was a time when I would catch up with him on so many things. Our evening sessions, when we would talk about his school, his things, just things. And then, of course, our favorite time on Sundays when we would go to IHOP. And, he would have his plate laden with maple syrup and chocolate chip pancakes. And we would be talking about philosophy, science, physics, chemistry, politics, history, you name it. You just name it and we would talk about it. And he had such a sharp mind. He would get everything and he would absorb it and throw back at you these penetrating questions, which, would stump me. But he had this innate faith that I will come up with the answer. This year, because of my film, I didn't get to spend all that much time with him. But few IHOPs we did do. And the last one that I remember when I was there, and what he asked me is still with me. He said, "Baba, an electric field, is it a real thing? Or is it just a mathematical thing?" We never got to discuss that anymore. he had this, he had this passion for justice. And that's what I think gave his interest in politics and history. He would have me talk about all the struggles that have happened in the history of mankind for creating a better world. And that's what brought us together with history. I mean, we used to talk about all kinds of things. The entire 20th century history, what had happened in 20th century, what's happening in the world now. If he was into something, wild horses couldn't hold him back. I remember we had gone for a vacation in Hawaii, and a fantastic time. Did a lot of physical activity. We were extremely tired. The flight was late. I had to come back probably at 2 in the morning. And we had pretty much all made up our mind, okay, tomorrow is a day of rest. We're just going to sleep and do nothing else. But of course not Ishan. At 7 in the morning, he woke up because he had his chess tournament. And he went to the chess tournament, stayed the whole day. And I'm not kidding. I just couldn't get up from bed. And he was there the whole day playing chess, concentrating, and winning. That was Ishan. He was such a supporter of our film, Chittagong. He had seen it 4 times, even though I haven't finished the film yet. And right from the first viewing, he just loved the film. I kid you not. Nobody could say a single thing bad about that film, anything. He would defend it. He was, you guys do not know. I see these films. I know what it is. It's great. And let me tell you, he was such a romantic at heart. I had asked him, what was your most favorite scene in the film? And there was the scene which is extremely heartbreaking and tender and romantic. And to my surprise and delight, he said that was his favorite scene. That's when I knew he's a very romantic boy. He never gave me any trouble throughout his life, never. When I was shooting in the jungles of North Bengal for the film, I would take the time to Skype with him because he was doing his honors chemistry at that time. And it was a horrible, horrible connection. If you can imagine doing Skype with 230 kilobits per second line, you can imagine. If you have ever done that, you know what it is, how frustrating it was. And Ishan understood that. And he would tell me, Baba, it's all right. I got it, I'll get it, don't worry. Go to sleep, it's all right. And sure enough, next day when you come, he had figured it out. And he said, Baba, I told you, it's okay. And in the hospital, one day when I was pressing his legs, he was of course fully sedated and on pain medication. How he reacted. There was something, there was a flutter, there was something in his eyes, something he did, I don't know what, it may have been involuntary. Of course, I'd like to think that it was not. And I know if he could speak, what he would say. He would say, Baba, I'm all right. Like Ishan, I'm also an atheist. We do not believe in soul and life after death and all that. But today I could not help but recall a beautiful line from our ancient Sanskrit text. Na hanyate handamani sharire. Loosely translated, it means even when the body leaves us, something endures. And with Ishan, it's a zest for life. His soaring spirit to take on life, undeterred by any difficulties. To give 300% to anything that he believed in. His innate strength and resilience. His passion and thirst for knowledge. His ability to effortlessly befriend people. And above all, that endless love he exuded. Nobody who came in contact with him failed to bathe in that sea of love. That was Ishan. I will cherish every moment that I've spent with him. I have so many other things to say, but I probably can't. I can't even remember. But I'll cherish every single moment. Just as much as I will miss all the stuff that I will not be able to do with him. I have so much to learn from him. He will always remain here. Forever. That spirit of Ishan shall always live. That's all I have to say. I would now call upon a number of people. When I call their names, would you please come in and say a few words about Ishan? As I said, time is not on our side, so do keep it short. These are people who, just a select few of people that meant so much to him. I wish I could let 100 others speak.